Know what it is too? Yeah, what's good, y'all? Back at it again with another reaction. If you're new to the channel, my name is Shadiq, also known as Alchemist, and this is Crossover Media. Kwengface is one of those artists where once you see his name, you know it's gonna be madness. He wasn't one of the most consistent artists of 2020, but the music that he dropped, the levels that they brought were consistent. So if he's able to maintain that level, especially talking about Petrol Station, that track was madness. So listen, I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. Let's get it. These beats sounds different already.
Coming up on staging the burnout of these twin solid rocket boosters at 2 minutes 5 seconds.
Man won't talk when the internet step round there, did it, close man's ripping it, shotgun diligence, looking at bro, like isn't it? How can I rate them man?
Yo, me and Fumez, they be having the same reactions sometimes. But hold on, this beat sounds different. I don't know what I would compare it to. It kind of feels like video game music a little bit. Like, I feel like I can hear this in like a shooter or something. I mean, that's kind of ironic. But I don't know, like, I don't know. Now let me know if you agree. But it has a vibe that just feels really different. I don't know how to describe it.
2 minutes 5 seconds.
Man won't talk when the internet step round there, did it, close man's ripping it, shotgun diligence, looking at bro, like isn't it? How can I rate them man there? Have you ever seen an up and still they jump out gang with a fed man there? Them man rock with my ops, can't rock with my...
This man is rude. Man said, I seen the ops and the feds and I still jumped out. Okay.
Have you ever seen an up and still they jump out gang with a fed man there? Them man rock with my ops, can't rock with my block, so you know it's what them man there. My bro just gave me a breakdown, love, I beg you just send man share. This thing saw this Annie, now she thinks that a man's go clear.
It's something about the kinds of beats that Kweng picks. They typically have like those really rapid fire hi-hats. And ironic, he has a song called Hi-Hats, but like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, this sounds like a very Kweng beat. Like, this is a Kweng type beat.
Now look, I beg you just send man share.
Oh, let's run this back a little
bit. You know it's what them man there. My bro just gave me a breakdown, look, I beg you just send man share. This thing saw this Annie, now she thinks that a man's go clear. Now my baby man's still right here, wet. Put this Rambo to your mango, you get pulled right there. Flip that dick, that ain't for your boat, I think that. When man them couldn't get...
The thing with Kweng is that sometimes he doesn't even really say anything super intricate, but the way that he delivers it, it just makes it come across OD. Like, I don't know how to describe it, yo.
My man's go clear, now my baby man's still right here, wet. Put this Rambo to your mango, you get pulled right there. Flip that dick, that ain't for your boat, I think that. When man them couldn't get fingers, grab my shit and I get on my ridge back. He say, she say too, now I'm a slack.
Hold on. I don't know if y'all deep in it, but there's like these very subtle vocal chops that are coming in and going almost as fast as you hear it. Whoever produced this one, shout outs to you.
Couldn't get fingers, grab my shit and I get on my ridge back. He say, she say too, now I'm a slack. Now I ain't with that. Pull up, pop, slap, jump out, gang, it was us that did that. Look, swing my arms like Federer, chain them back to the lawns and bending up. They said if I didn't do this music, then they're in jail where Kwengface ended up. This thing is instant.
You know what it is too? Kweng is one of those artists that has also mastered how to use his own voice. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's the way that he uses his voice and his cadences. Like, the way that he kind of almost... Like, the way that he says certain things, it almost sounds like he's cutting himself off at the end of the word. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, I just don't know. That's just, I guess that's going to be my phrase for this video. I don't know how to describe it. He's in his own lane.
Gang, it was us that did that. Look, swing my arms like Federer, chain them back to the lawns and bending up. They said if I didn't do this music, then they're in jail where Kwengface ended up. This thing is instant bang, swear in the flesh, very good editor. Ching man down to the ground, man, ching it some more if he thinks about getting up. Ching man more if he thinks about standing. Vietnam at the top of the rankings. Us man at the top of the rankings, cause the work rate came too outstanding. I'm on the up block trying to see what's goody. I saw you over there in the grass, but it's only cities just doing up footy. Bro nearly stepped and did that fully. If I pull that shank from my ass, flip that in your face, now I call that my shit face. The whole layer gang is a mistake.
He said if I pull the shank... I'm not even gonna repeat that, y'all heard it. I just want y'all to know that I heard it. What the...
You over there in the grass, but it's only cities just doing up footy. Bro nearly stepped and did that fully. If I pull that shank from my ass, flip that in your face, now I call that my shit face. The whole layer gang is a mistake. Regents, whole layer gang is a disgrace. I can talk about drillers and chingings. Man jumped out the whip with my shank in my hand, matting while the wheels still spinning. Mum said that I keep on sinning. All of those drugs, money and women. Plus I love shorties and spinners. I make money off streams and sales, now I'm trying to buy wax and dingers. Talk on my name and you got some nerve. 2 hands on the night, 2 hands on the spin. Either way, watch your gang disperse. Tied down by street, damn. Should've put him in a hearse, letting it rip, beating off sticks. First on my block, man, I did that first.
His flow. I'm telling y'all, Alfred, this is getting a 10 for the beat and for the flow. And with the length of this track, there's probably going to be another beat. Maybe, maybe not. But honestly, I wouldn't be against listening to this beat for 5 minutes. It's one of those beats. It's definitely one of those.
Should've put him in a hearse, letting it rip, beating off sticks. First on my block, man, I did that first. Ran down, then I ran down. I don't know who's faster, still trying to ching, then head to the zone with the loudest suits and the loudest laughter. Shave man's head coming like one barber. Can't diss none of my partners. Ha, found that funny to erase that rah-rah. Found that funny to erase that ting. Man's letting it ping. Big Cuban on my neck, you can see from far down there and it bling. Don't trip, don't fool. They want none of this beef at all. Them man doing gang now, but...
And you know why this beat matches him? Or rather why I know it's going to match him already? Because it reminds me of his Mad About Bars. For whatever reason, people didn't really like the first beat on his Mad About Bars. I think it was the first beat. But I loved it. I believe it was by... I forgot the name of the producer. I think the name started with an A.
Exit. Man said the wrong thing, so I shifting. Up block where the wax get tested, or I'm doing late night decks in the West End. I'm smoking Cali and Stardog with Shana. Now I feel like Western.
I just know those kinds of beats really complement Kweng very well.
Man's been doing that shit since school. See my lifestyle's illegal, but I make that shit look cool. Pull up on your dad like yo big man, walk on like hello I'm cool. Look, I've been doing this shit since 012, now I get lit and bang things in my...
Again, the hi-hats. Like, well, I even didn't, this time isn't hi, those are snares, I'm wildin'. Like, Kweng picks these beats with like these rapid hi-hats, these rapid snares, kind of reminded me of like a drum line a little bit. I don't know if y'all have those in the UK, let me know. I know that's like a really big thing in certain communities in America, like drum lines and stuff, but let me know if y'all have those in the UK.
Yo big man, walk on like hello I'm cool. Look, I've been doing this shit since 012, now I get lit and bang things in my hotel. Been 13 hours in this course, so now I'm more pissed off, they tell him I'm Nobel. Now I'm thinking I might link PS, I should've just jumped into a boss man's Prius. I miss a quick 8 bands out layers, switch up the spot cause the feds get green. Circle back, man clap this mash, man did look, could've pagan flats. Man can't say I don't beat off, so this bit why I tap that. Pull, splash up, man can't say I don't jump up cars. Yo, she say the up gets dead, so man's hitting up my man's margins. Check that schoolboy, man it's awful, nearly all I am man got good.
You know, I'm a little bit conflicted about this beat. Something about the bass, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. Something about the bass line a little bit. Like the melody is dope, the snares are dope, like everything about it, but like when the bass came in, something about this felt a little bit off. And I don't make music, so I wouldn't really know, but first of all, Tifo, we've heard his beats, we know he's mad, but I don't know, something about the bass line, I don't know.
Splash up, man can't say I don't jump up cars. Yo, she say the up gets dead, so man's hitting up my man's margins. Check that schoolboy, man it's awful, nearly all I am man got cut. They abnormal, they ain't normal, how you still rap when your man got dropped. Out when got chopped, still getting love from a pagan fuck. I could talk about you today, but I'd rather just talk about pop. Yo, don't trip, don't fool, they want none of this beef at all. Yo, them man do a gang now, but man's been doing that shit since school. See my lifestyle's illegal, but I made that shit look cool. Yo, pull up on your dad like yo big man, walk on like hello I'm cool. Don't trip, don't fool, they want none. Don't trip, don't fool, they want none of this beef at all. Nearly all I am man got cut. They abnormal, they ain't normal, how you still rap when your man got dropped. Out when got chopped, still getting love from a pagan fuck. I could talk about you today, but I'd rather just talk about pop. Yo, don't trip, don't fool, they want none of this beef at all. Yo, them man do a gang now, but man's been doing that shit since school. See my lifestyle's illegal, but I made that shit look cool. Yo, pull up on your dad like yo big man, walk on like hello I'm cool. Don't trip, don't fool, they want none of this beef at all. Look, them man do a gang now, but man's been doing that shit since school. See my lifestyle's illegal.
You know Fumez is feeling, when he starts flinging his shoulder, he's feeling it.
See my lifestyle's illegal, but I made that shit look cool. Yo, pull up on your dad like yo big man, walk on like hello I'm cool. Don't trip, don't fool, they want none of this beef at all. Look, them man do a gang now, but man's been doing that shit since school. See my lifestyle's illegal, but I made that shit look cool. Look, pull up on your dad like yo big man, walk on like hello I'm cool. Bro said let's get some food. Then bro took us in a detour and I see me tryna do this you. Head get twist like a Rubik's Cube. Shout kings that's a loose as you. If bro tells me
He's just so creative. he's creative. Now, oftentimes artists, they kind of use similar lines, similar references and stuff and draw. Even like earlier, he mentioned something about barber and shave. Like,
wave, watch me fly out the car and wave. Don't come where you know it ain't safe. Barber, sit a man down and shave.
We've heard those kinds of bars before, but then he comes and says something like, get your head twisted like a Rubik's Cube. So simple, but like the visual is like, it's playful, it's vivid, but rude at the same time. Like, yeah.
It's illegal, but I made that shit look cool. Look, pull up on it that like, yo, big man, wild like hell on cool. Bro said, let's get some food. Then bro took us on a detour and I see me tryna do this, you. Head get twist like a Rubik's Cube. Shout kings, that's a loosest you. If bro tells me he's riding, you're sliding, man riding too. Bro that pack my fly off. Chicks confused like that, you know.
Yeah, like I like this beat a lot more without the bass. I don't know why. Granted, it's gonna kind of need it because like that's a really big part of what makes music and drill especially is the bass lines, but something about this, I like it without the bass. I don't know.
If bro tells me he's riding, you're sliding, man riding too. Bro that pack my fly off. Chicks confused like that, you know.
Also don't like the fact that the tag was like right over him actually saying something, so I already know exactly what he said.
Bro said, let's get some food. Then bro took us on a detour and I see me tryna do this, you. Head get twist like a Rubik's Cube. Shout kings, that's a loosest you. If bro tells me he's riding, you're sliding, man riding too. Bro that pack my fly off. Chicks confused like that, you know. Girl, on me says she's seeing the difference now that I'm making dough. Oh yes, I am. Finesse that trap.
And the dope thing about this too is that it's also like, it's building up a little bit of suspense. Like, it's making me wonder what's gonna be the line he's gonna drop on. Like when the bass comes in, because it still has about a solid, you know, just about a minute left. So something got to be coming up, I hope. Man said, feel it in her belly, no crack. See, I knew he was going to come out swinging with something when the bass line came back. I already knew. That's just the kind of person that Kweng is. You know what I think it is? I think that this beat didn't need slides. I don't think it needed like 808 slides. I think just a regular kick would have been enough. I think the fact that it has that thing where like the bass kind of lingers a little bit, I think that's what I'm not liking about this beat. I think it could have done with like regular kicks, honestly. Just regular bass. I think that's what it is. And you know what's the thing about Kweng too is that he gives you hooks even in his freestyles.
Look, I tell baby like please don't stress me. How many times have we learnt and a man got dipped in his tea like Tetley? OT7 at grub, pass all luck cause a man needs plenty. Painting on your boy, Canada Goose and the makeup's Fenty. Yo, look.
That's what really gives a lot of his freestyles so much replay value. They're very catchy. Very catchy.
See my last as illegal, but I made that shit look cool. Yo, pull up on your dad like yo big man, walk out like head on cool. Don't trip, don't fool. They want none of this beef at all. Look, them man doing gang now, but man's been doing that shit since school. See my last as illegal, but I made that shit look cool. Look, pull up on your dad like yo big man, walk out like head on cool.
I think I like the first beat more. Shout out to T. I think his full name is Tifoma. I'm pretty sure it ends with an MA, but shout out to Tifo. Carntil, I've heard something from Carntil before. I don't know what it is, but I know I recognize that name. But yeah, man, this was dope. I think I like the first beat more. Let me see.
On women, plus I love shorties and spinners. I make money on streams and sales, now I'm trying to buy wax and dingers. Talk on my name and you got some nerve. 2 hands on the night, 2 hands on the spinny, but wait, watch your gang disperse. A Rubik's Cube, shout kings, that's a loosest you. If bro tells me he's rap,
I think I like the melody on the second one more, but I think the first one is a bit more complete for my taste.
is that thing. Man's letting it bling. Big Cuban on my neck, you can see from far down there and it bling.
Yeah, like
A Rubik's Cube. Shout kings like
I love the melody on the second one, but I think the first one is a bit more complete for my personal taste. But I don't know. So in this channel, we hold the vowels. That means we're gonna get straight into it, and I'm giving this one just below a 10. Kwengface is honestly an incredibly talented artist. We know this by now. We've heard what he's done in the past. We've heard everything that he's delivered. But one of the things that makes him such an elite rapper is his flows. Every time I hear Kweng's voice on these beats, he just sounds like he's having so much fun with it. And really and truly, his flows and the way that he delivers is really what makes his freestyles especially sound so good, but also his songs and singles. Kweng just has this way of flowing on really intricate beats that on the one hand it's simple, but at the same time they're just as intricate as the beats themselves. Like he does these switch ups, he does these things where he seamlessly transitions between like riding the hi-hats or riding the snares and going back to riding the bass. I don't know how to describe it. That's what I keep saying about this, so I just don't know how to describe it. And I think that's one of the things that makes Kweng such a good artist. He has these things that makes you want to go back and listen to the tracks and take it in from all these different angles and just really try to make more sense of it. And even with that being said, his beat selection brings everything together. The beats on this one, damn near perfect. As I was saying, something about that second one, it just, I don't know. It feels like I could have did without the bass line. Like the more I play it back in my head, I don't think I needed it. I think that if it was just a regular kick without like the drawn out kind of 808 slide kind of sound, it would have done well. Like I don't think it needed it. But what I especially love about Kweng beats is those snares, the hi-hats, and the melodies. He picks the perfect sounds to complement what he's doing. He has that skippy, almost kind of grime flow, but it also has like a modern twist on it, and the beats complement that so well. And that's also what allows him to be so playful with his lyricism. He has moments where he's being super lyrical, but honestly, after a certain point, the things that he says just sound so Kweng that it doesn't really slap the same way, but it's the way that he delivers them. Like if you just read some of these lyrics like on paper, they probably may not slap as hard, you know what I mean? But it's the way that he delivers it. It's the moments and the beats that he delivers it. Finding those moments where the beat kind of mellows out and it picks back up. Like those are the things that Kweng does so masterfully that makes his freestyles and his songs just sound so good. But like I said, the lyricism here, it wasn't really anything out of this world. But again, I think it's also just because it's the kind of stuff I would expect from Kweng. So at this point, it just doesn't have the exact same effect. I wouldn't doubt if I was hearing somebody else saying those things, different voice, different cadences, maybe it may slap a little bit more or less, but I don't know. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just, no, it didn't really excite me like out of my seat. But nonetheless, it captivated me. And really and truly, the way that Kweng uses his voice and his beat selection, those are the two things that really give his songs so much replay value. I've said it in a couple of my reactions, but what gives songs replay value to me is the ability to listen to it passively and actively. I do a lot of things throughout my day where I can't necessarily hone in on the lyrics in these songs. So if the bulk of the replay value in a song is just in what they're saying, I'm gonna be able to appreciate it as much. But Kweng picks the perfect vibes to complement what he says. And again, it allows him to not be super duper hella lyrical all of the time. Allows him to be rude. He even has this thing where, like, again, he's being rude, but he's also being playful with it. But at the same time, the playfulness also adds a bit of shock value to what makes rude lyrics so impactful when you hear them for the first time. So I don't know, but those are all the things that make every single thing that Kweng makes packaged so well. And I've been saying it from time since I've been first making reactions. South London artists have this New York type vibe on lock. And what I mean by that is, again, being able to just hone in on the vibe, the energy, the musicality of the song, and not necessarily having to take in the lyrics. You can choose to do that if you want. And with that being said, they also tend to be a little bit more lyrical, at least from my experience listening to New York artists. I don't really listen to that many of them, so I wouldn't doubt that there are a lot of hidden gems out there. But like in terms of the broad sound that we like out here in the city, it doesn't really always lean towards being very heavily lyrical. It's oftentimes about the kind of energy that you give off and the confidence that you say it, and like how much replay value it has in a party. Those are the things that we tend to value in our music out here, at least in my experience. So South London artists tend to have that and then some. But I think I've said enough about this one. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. And as always, hang tight for some more reactions. I do got more of those coming for y'all, but until next time, peace.